Hey folks, welcome to the Telltale Club and a purring cat in the background. I've decided to fire myself from social media. Do you know what? It's such a terrible existence when you find that all you're doing on your social media is spending about 2, 3, 4 hours a day trying to get noticed, trying to get your product noticed on Instagram or Facebook, LinkedIn. I mean, they're all the same. They are also all the same. LinkedIn is just drier, but it's exactly the same. And then, there are other things as well. I have a Discord account, and I wondered why that wasn't doing very well. And I realised quite recently, because normally the people on there are gamers, and it's a very young crowd, and there's a lot of abuse actually goes on and stuff like that. So it's no place for a wholesome network such as mine. And again, it's one of those things you have to be on there and chatty and lovely, and you've just got to be nice to people all the time. I just don't want to be. Not all the time. I want to be on my own practicing my cello. It takes so much effort to be artificial, doesn't it? Because if you were actually yourself online, you'd probably get barred. So you have to put up this front and be this fake person. And I hate it. I just hate it. But more than that, I think when you get to a certain level, and I do think I've reached that level now, you discover that you shouldn't be working for Google or Facebook or any of the other places. You should be actually a CEO on the board of directors or whatever of your own company. Let the little people do social media. I've got a perfectly wonderful podcast and a perfectly wonderful TV channel. So why on earth do I need all the social media? So I'm not going to delete everything, because I do that a lot and I regret it. But I'm just going to sort of, privatise things a little bit so things aren't so out there. And actually, I might just delete it, because do you know what happens? Facebook, because it has a lot of authority, Facebook comes up at the top of the Google search when people search for me, and I don't even have access to that page. So what I might do is complain to Facebook, and it's very, very difficult to remove a page when you've lost access. And the reason I lost access was because I deleted a previous account that it was linked to, but they kept the page. I deleted a private account hoping that they'd delete the page, and they didn't. I mean, that's outrageous, isn't it? Totally outrageous. Now, I paid for advertising for this month for the Telltale Club, the Academy, and all that happened was I've got 35 likes on one of my pictures. And I thought that, that's an awful lot of money. It's not even, that's about £3 a like I've paid. I mean, that's terrible, isn't it? Absolutely appalling. But I've got all these, I've got my lovely websites now, and they all look tickety-boo. They look lovely. I'm going to close down the Wix one for political reasons, and also because it's so slow, so incredibly slow. When you go into my Wix Academy of Arts website, it takes about 10 seconds to propagate, or whatever you call it, to update, to get all the things. And yet when I use Blogger's almost instant. I mean, maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds. That's what you want, guys. That's what you want. And you don't have to pay for Blogger. I mean, this is the wonderful thing about Blogger. Let me tell you all about Blogger. Yes, it's linked to Google. Are you still working for Google? Well, it's still doing me a favour at the moment because I don't have to pay for it. And I like that. I bought my domain names off of them, so I am paying for those. But, negligible. I mean, £10 a year. I think that's pretty good. So the whole website's costing me £10 a year, and all of that's in the domain name. I mean, let's not count time, because you can't count time when you're establishing a business. But seeing as, I have a lot of changing content, and when you have lots of content that changes all the time, you really need something that updates regularly, like a blog. Do you see? Whereas a static website that, that it can't cope with all the updates and all the videos and all the pictures, etc., etc. And this is where Wix has all this trouble, and I just can't. I can't carry on with them. I just can't. So, how do you open a Blogger account? Well, easy peasy. Put Blogger into your search thing. It's Blogger, and it will come up and it will say log in or open account. And you can have a free domain name, which is like a subdomain. So it would be, say, imfabulous.blogspot.com. Do you see? It's quite a good title, isn't it? I wonder if that's gone, actually. I might go and look. I am fabulous. Well, hopefully you believe you are, because you are totally fabulous. Anyway, you pick your name, and you can change it at any time, but I wouldn't recommend that. I'd recommend that you pick a good title that you're going to stick with, okay? And then you choose a theme. So you can look at the themes that they've created, but you can also pick a theme and then you can change it around. So you can change the colours, change the widths. You can do it in an hour. In fact, if you go for the simple blog, you can do it in seconds, and it's all there. And it's a very, very simple, good for a book, I would say, good for a static standalone podcast that maybe you're uploading once a month, maybe, and you just want to refer it to people. You're not too bothered about people coming to look around, for example. They're quite good for business cards, just a business card. I had one when I was doing makeup tattooing. I had a Sonia Cherie one, and I didn't do anything with it. I just had a simple blog, and it was really just have it with a map of where I practice or where I practiced, I should say, and, a bit of a CV sort of thing. And I don't even think it had any pictures on it. And when I went in to look at it recently, I noticed that there'd been loads of visits. I thought, wow, that's weird. I haven't even done anything. This is sometimes the way of the internet, isn't it? We can't control what on earth they're doing to us. So you would still be free if you chose I Am Fabulous. I am going to go and Google that in a minute and see if somebody's taken that. If somebody else has it, you don't get it. They wouldn't give you the same one for obvious reasons. You can, if you want, have Google Ads, but I just find them so infuriating. And also, it spoils the look of my, I'm advertising my own brand, so I don't really want other brands advertising with me. You can put a Google search bar on, so people can search Google for things if you want to, but then they're going to leave your blog. But apparently that does increase traffic, so that's quite interesting. According to my brother, I mean, I wouldn't swear on that, but that's what he said. So quite a good idea. If you're looking for ad revenue and you're looking for something that just brings traffic in and you can make passive income from, you could actually consider it. But of course, you're going to need some juicy content. What is juicy content? It's content that's 2 years or older, because you'll be sandboxed by Google. They don't trust you until 2 years is up, really. It's about 2 years. It's really annoying. So your website will come into maturity after 2 years, and even then some, even then some. It's going to take even longer. So try and stick it out. And if it's a free website, you can stick it out, guys. You can, much easier. Now, while I'm on the subject, actually, of blogging, let me tell you about Ecwid, Ecwid, Ecwid. Yeah, that's it. They offer a free shopping site. You can only have 10 items. You can put your own domain on it. That's what I'm going to do with tail-teller.club in a minute, because I want to close down my main website, the Wix one. But this is really good because I didn't even have domains on mine. I just have, the one that they give you, which is, if you wanted to do this one, it'd be iamfabulous.company.site, which is really nice. I mean, you wouldn't want I Am Fabulous, would you? I mean, I used it for my clothes ranges. But now, because I'm closing the shops, I'm only doing 10 items at a time for sale. And it gets really good exposure on Google without having its own domain. That's pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty amazing. And it's free, guys. I mean, this is the thing. It's free. It's manageable. When people search... I mean, can you run a business like that? I'm not sure that it would be enough exposure online. But if you're already famous, say, in your village or your town, people could go and look at your stock, what you've got, your 10 items. And if those 10 items are, £5,000 each, like mine are going to be because I'm just about to set up my art gallery, then you start thinking, well, actually, that's pretty good. Maintenance is minimal. And what you can do with these Ecwid sites is you can embed them into your blog, which is what I've done. So you've got a whole shopping site on your blog. Do you see? Down the sidebar, I've put mine. You can put them across the top. You can put them across the bottom. It's pretty good, isn't it? And guys, you actually do not need any experience here. You don't need any coding knowledge. It's all done for you on templates. It's really simple. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But actually, I'm just uploading 2 amazing tracks. I really, really believe in my music therapy tracks. So today I've used choir and water and piano, obviously, and the resonance, the rife vibrations, which are in all my music therapy recordings. And unfortunately, I can't play them on the podcast, but you will be able to get them on Vimeo. So I'm going to upload them to Vimeo in a minute. And these therapies are today, they're for diabetes type 2 and rheumatoid arthritis. 2 very, very debilitating diseases, but so very common. As lots of elderly people, but also younger people, being, victim to these terrible chronic diseases, which are ruinous on a pleasurable existence, So really excited that I'm launching those today. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm putting the therapies in volumes. So this is volume 1. Okay, so these are this is rain therapy, volume 1. I think that's right. Probably not. Shall I go and have a look? Look, come with me quickly before I leave you guys. Let's wander in. I've never done this before. I've never actually walked around while I'm recording. We're going into the music room now. Into the music room, and let's have a look. I've logged out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's have a look. What have I called it? Healing Rains V1. Okay, Healing Rains V1. And the one that I do tomorrow will be V2. And so it will go on. I'm going to try and get a load of these up for Christmas. Because they're a wonderful present that you can actually give someone. You can actually buy these. You can stream them on all the usuals, YouTube and, of course, my Vimeo. But you can also buy them. They're for sale. And you can buy them on iTunes. How fabulous. Click of a button. I have no idea how much they are. But I don't think they're very much at all. They do all that for me. And the previous ones that I've made sell very well. And these 2 that I did today were such a pleasant listen to, So rheumatoid arthritis and diabetes by the Telltale Club. And the diabetes type 2 healing reigns. And I'm trying to use the same sort of titles throughout. It's very difficult because I'm such a scatterbrain, guys. Okay, I best get on. I've got loads and loads of stuff to do for the wonderful internet, but not social media. So I'm saying goodbye to social media. Again, I do it a lot. But for the moment, for the next 3 or 4 months, I'm having a holiday from social media. And maybe I'll come back in spring. Who knows? If you want to watch me tattooing myself, join me later on my Vimeo channel. Au revoir.